ever entered actually was the San Diego Melee Arcadian #2.
Oh, wow.
And I was like a straight noob, didn't know how to wave dash. Got bodied there. And then like a year and a half or 2 years later, after just staying super dedicated to the game and playing alongside, I played in the San Diego Melee Arcadian 3. That had about 200 people, and I placed first in that one. So, winning in Arcadian feels good. Well, I don't know what to say.
I mean, yeah, this is a really important set, I think, for this Arcadian specifically. Deez and Usubgod, I think, are two people who are very highly seeded. I assume this is winner's side. I know Deez is still on winner's side. So.
Yeah, this must be winner.
Absolutely, because these are like two of the titans, I think.
Yeah, most definitely top seeds here.
You know, the classic story is that, you know, Sheik obviously does very well in this matchup. Deez has kind of like famously struggled a little bit with Sheik, or with Marth specifically. So we're going to see how this breaks down. I know like SF Danny has made a lot of progress in terms of, you know, playing Deez in this matchup, and I don't think Deez plays quite the level he wants in this matchup, but he's still obviously very strong, big threat.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting that regardless of which character you choose to play, people are going to have strengths and weaknesses in certain matchups regardless. You know, it's all about what you're familiar with, who do you practice with the most, you know?
Oh, yeah,
just
absolutely.
getting that extra little branch of the decision tree flowchart added to your image, I guess.
Absolutely.
Your mind map.
You're always playing the player. You're not always playing the matchup. I mean, you are playing the matchup, but you're playing the player.
Yeah, it's always both. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, true combos will be true, and you will read your opponent for doing the same option 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
So this is actually a very close game, basically even percent here.
Yeah, I mean, Deez was kind of a slightly down a stock lead, but playing really patient, knew he only had to fish for a fair to kind of even up the stocks, and then has worked on his way to evening up the percent as well. And right now, it's about as even as you can ask for.
And Usubgod making a lot of use out of the crouch cancels against the Sheiks. There it is right there again against Sheik's jab. That's the 3rd time this game that he CC'd his grab.
And now Eli, Deez with his first lead of the set so far. I mean, obviously it's game 1, but...
Oh, that was a great grab bait with the waveland back. Oh, doesn't get the shield without in time. It's going to get hit by the needles. Deez doesn't get the fair follow-up. Gets the grab. Not able to extend it after the dare.
Deez loves his dares. He loves his dares so much. I've never seen a Sheik dare nearly as much as he does. He loves that stuff.
Dare is just such a swag aerial.
It's so swag.
It's the most swag aerial for certain for Sheik.
I would agree.
Yeah. That was definitely a forward smash, right?
Alright, the percent says we have a bit of a lead here, but the stocks do not.
Oh.
Eli working on a bit of a tech chase here.
Okay.
Gets it. This is a really, really good position for Deez. Right now, he just kind of needs to focus on not getting juggled in the air like this.
Yeah, the dash attack was definitely unnecessary.
Yeah, he really just needed to avoid taking all that percent. I think the game was basically a wrap.
Oh, too late on the forward smash. The reaction there was correct, but it was just too slow. Good spacing, good spacing. Should have reacted to the shield and grabbed it.
Yeah, I think he was expecting something out of shield. Didn't quite come out in time.
He slightly misspaced the down smash.
Forward smash is gonna complicate this. Marth should get another rinse repeat. The up tilt kills. I wasn't even sure that was gonna work.
Yeah, it's
maybe some interesting DI.
It's that turnaround hitbox from the Marth up tilt being slightly stronger coming into play.
Very scary position for both players. That's it.
I mean, Marth's fair from the ledge is extremely good, but you have to respect when your opponent is able to crouch cancel it, and that's what we saw there.
It's also a risk-reward thing where I think Deez really wasn't in a lot of risk for that fair from ledge to really be all that consequential. Going to FD, I don't think the stage is actually that bad for Sheik. I kind of prefer this to like Pokemon as Sheik.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you can kind of screw it on those like tiny little platforms by Marth. He can juggle you a lot better, and it's not great, but I definitely don't think it's that bad.
Right. Yeah, I feel like when you're playing against Sheik, it's very important to be sharking her with any aerials that you have coming from below her.
Yeah.
And when I think of Marth and Sheik, the matchup, I just picture Marth below Sheik, throwing out up airs or up tilts, and just trying to keep her juggled. But it's a lot easier said than done, you know? Because you'll throw Sheik up, and this is where everybody makes it sound easy. Oh, just juggle her, just juggle her. Okay. Well, we'll throw her up, and then she has fast fall, she has not fast fall, she has needles, dare, weak bear. There's just so many options coming down that are not really. I mean, of course, she's still negative in all these scenarios, but it's just still a little bit more difficult than I think people give her credit for. There's a lot of mix-ups.
Crazy pickup there. Yeah, I think people mainly say that because her drift is so goddamn bad.
Right.
And she doesn't have any moves that, like, yeah, soft bear, maybe, but, like, nothing great coming down. But, yeah, it's obviously things are always easier said than done.
Right.
Deez with them. Really crazy lead.
Yeah, I think Usubgod.
Oh.
Ooh, all right.
Well, maybe not so crazy now, but
we take the freebies.
Take the freebies, especially at 128%. Deez is probably not too upset. The problem is with this matchup, actually, where Deez would be kind of upset about that, is Sheik are kind of comfortable if you're at high percent against Marth. That Marthritis really actually does play a big factor in this matchup.
Every one of those times that Sheik is able to mix up an extra recovery option and just get that extra 8
big
or like
deal.
12%.
Like, this is way scary. Being at like 40% getting juggled, this is way scary.
Yeah, this is what I think of.
Yeah, because you get scared of running into when you're falling down, hitting an F tilt or like a F smash, getting hit by that.
Right.
You're in way more trouble. Being at like 120, that's not really going to happen.
Oh, just a bit too slow there. Nice tipper.
That was meaty.
Yeah. Just good spacing. The Marth lane's got those tippers. Us secondary Marth, and also Falco and Fox and Sheik.
I love that crouch. That's the bane of every Marth's existence. Sheik's crouch goes under his get-up attack if you're close enough.
That's
it is
crazy.
so funny. I mean, it ultimately doesn't matter because if you crouch cancel it, it's still a problem.
Yeah, you're
But
positive.
it just feels worse, I imagine, having watched the move go completely over Sheik. So Deez with a really solid 2-game lead right now.
All right. So he opts to change his counter pick.
So I think this is a good call for Usub. I think this is I would much rather play on FD than here as Sheik. Marth's sword just takes up so much of the stage. You really feel like you can't like play little tricky games with him here as easily. It's not that bad, but I would still say it's worse than FD in my opinion. So I understand changing it up.
You know, I've actually been thinking the same exact thing for Jigglypuff against Marth, or against Sheik. I mean, like, I used to start against her on either Stadium or Battlefield, but on Yoshi's, it's just so awkward for Sheik to move, and your hitboxes just take up so much space relative to hers.
Yeah.
She has to be kind of precise. It's just a bit of really just funky, awkward to be playing on the stage with Sheik.
Because I think sometimes Sheik actually really enjoys having space for needles, for boost grab. So sometimes like taking that away from her is actually sometimes pretty detrimental. I mean, not the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't call it like a hard counter, but I mean, and Deez is kind of showing that it's not, right? Like, good lead here. Almost got the runoff needle, which would have led to a really big grab, but right now he's instead picking up pieces of that stock.
It's a good tech chase.
Good tech chase. Bringing it back to even Usubgod though.
Oh man, no jump. He caught that. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. It really sucks losing that stock. It's just so important to be able to play good defense on respawn and hold on to your stocks because it's your life. That was sick.
That was awesome. Nice little edge cancel there.
Usubgod turning it up a bit right here.
Big
Looks
moment.
like he's playing slightly better.
Delays the up air, but doesn't get anything for it.
Grab ledge, get up, forward smash.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Come on, man. Yeah, I feel like that's been making the difference the whole set too. And, not just from Usubgod's side, but from both sides is the edge guards, you know. And I know Sheik has a much easier time edge guarding Marth, but Sheik is definitely edge guardable as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Marth gets her to land on stage, which isn't all that difficult to do, I mean, he can get a lot done.
Yeah, I mean, that landing lag that Sheik has when she lands onto the stage is just so many characters' ways of exploiting her and really utilizing your tools to attack her weakness, you know?
Justice, leave these alone. Shut up.
And deez has really good forward tilt spacing. I see him starting so many combos with forward tilt, a lot more than other Sheiks. And you know, I think that's a huge part about mastering Sheik, the character as well, is just getting the right frequency and spacing of those forward tilts in neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Because that forward tilt is just seriously no joke. One of her best moves.
Eli's kind of picking up, deez is kind of picking up on Usub's little up B's out of shields.
deez was too eager for a combo opener there, so he went for the down tilt, got crouch canceled, killed for it.
There's the deez down air.
Yep, tech chases off it too with
Got
a
the
grab.
fair.
Oh, Randall is going to get him some invincibility though back.
Can't
He
quite
wasn't a
finish it.
guaranteed edge guard.
Good amount of damage.
No,
this
Tomahawk,
should be
but
it,
the
this
Shy
should be it,
Guys
this
has
should be it.
DI.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
He could have DI'd the Shy Guys.
Oh, it should have been hit.
Oh, that down tilt.
That's
That down tilt talked about so much lately for being an excellent anti-air option, and you saw it right there. So many people putting out hitboxes that they think are going to be positive, and then Sheik just slides under there with one of those anti-air down tilts.
really good win for deez. I don't know if anyone would have predicted a 3-0. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, super solid.
Super solid. Moving on for deez, Eli Jaffe. Jaffe?
Jaffe.
Jeffy?
Jaffe Taffy.
Jaffe? Jaff Taffy?
Yep.
Jaff Taffy. Good stuff. We're going to cook up another set for you coming right up.